11, 12, 13, 14. Shit, I lost count. Hold on. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. What's up, y'all? Hey, loves. Okay, so I just want to make this quick video. It was requested. Shout out to you. You know who you are. I have a lot of piercings, so I'm gonna try to break this up a little bit so it's not just one clustered long ass video about 23 piercings. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with obviously my face ones and just a couple of these. And the stories behind them, I think that is very interesting. First, my first piercing obviously are your little studs I got when I was a baby. Duh, wow, that's not exciting. My second ones, my second double holes, I got these at the same time. I was 16 years old, and I remember this story because it was just like, what, really? My dad was so against me getting piercings, so against it. He does not like piercings. He's getting warm to it now because I'm an adult and adults are gonna do what they want to do. But anyways, I was 16 at the time, so I kind of understand whatever. But I went with my mom. My parents weren't together, they're still not together, divorced, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So my mom has herself 18 piercings, 18 or 16 on her ear. That's where I get it from. Mommy's girl, whatever, daddy's girl too, but mom's got the cool piercing, so I thought that was cool. Anyways, so I went with my mom to the mall, and I was like, I want my ears pierced. I was 16. It was a little bit after my birthday, but my mom's like, you're 16, you're getting older, why not? Didn't have any other piercings. It was just my regular studs, so I got those. So me and my mom went to a little kiosk in the mall, and I don't remember, it was not Claire's. It's this place called Piercing Pangordia or Golda or whatever. It looks like Pandora to me, but it's not. Anyway, so she was like, you want another, you look at your piercings and you pick the one you want, and we sat in the chair and pow, they did it with a gun. Now that I know more about piercings, I would not recommend getting a piercing with a gun. I'm the worst storyteller ever. I ramble a little bit about unimportant things. But my dad, okay, so when I came home and I had my second piercing, mind you, I was a tomboy growing up, okay? I was a tomboy. I wore matching polo shirts with colored shorts. My dad would put me in a polo shirt that had pineapples on it, or palm trees, and I'd have an orange polo shirt with pineapples on it, and I'd have solid orange shorts. That's what I was wearing when I was getting my second piercing. I was a tomboy. I played outside with my brothers. I have 2 older brothers. I was a boy. My dad was so mad when I got my piercing that he's like, you getting those second piercings, you want to be fast, you want to be a little, I'm like, I wasn't even liking boys at that time. I didn't even have my first kiss at that time. 16? Let me stop. I got my first kiss in 8th grade. Okay, anyways. But yeah, I was just kind of like, what the heck? How is this hoish? I was 16. I wasn't even fast. I was not fast. Ask anybody I know, I was not fast at that age. I was a good girl. I knew nothing. I didn't sneak out and lie. I was so obedient, but I was like, damn, I get a second piercing, I'm a hoe. What the fuck? But he was mad, and then it was the whole mom thing, doing her thing on her own, whatever. But that's my second piercing. The third one, which is on this side, this one is still there. On this side, I took that one out. You see how high that hole is? I had to take that out because it's making this side look too clustered right there. So it's been out since that last video I just posted, about a couple weeks now, and I have not checked to see if it was open or not. I'm not going to, because I want it to close. But anyways, I'm gonna be cleaning my ears also. I want it to close, so I don't want it to open back up. And how I clean my ears, I don't know if everyone uses peroxide, But I use peroxide because I have a lot of hair products in, so I just like to make sure it's clean. And then I also use Bactine. All my piercings, I've always used peroxide Bactine. Or if they get affected, I take them out and I squeeze them with alcohol and then put the piercing back in. You're not supposed to use alcohol because it does dry your ears out, but I don't know, everyone's different. I'm not a piercer, so I really don't know. So yeah, that's my first 3 holes. Wait, did I say what beauty school? Beauty school. So I got the 3rd hole at beauty school. A couple years. I was in beauty school like back in 2000 and what, 19? So 13. About 2012. Yeah, because I graduated in 2011. Went to college, and then went to beauty school in 2012, 2013ish. Yeah, 2000. Yeah. So, because I graduated in 2013 from beauty school. So this is about 2012, 2013. It was a guy that came to the beauty school and he had like a piercing gun, and he's like, oh, you guys can get certified to pierce with a gun. Of course you can. It's not freaking hard. We're not even licensed cosmetologists talking about we can get certified to pierce with a gun. Okay. So I let him do it, and I have the earring, I think. Hold on. I have the earring that I was pierced with in beauty school. It was this thing. Sorry, my nails aren't done. I'm kind of bad right now. School, it's got a pointy end right here. Because when you get pierced with a gun, it's blunt force trauma going through your skin. Hurts. This is why I don't recommend it, because when you get pierced at a tattoo shop, they pierce you with a hollow needle. So a little bit of your skin comes out. So then the piercing, your hole heals around the earring, whatever. This shit, it pokes it through and it's just like not that great. This piercing did take a very long time to heal. Even though it was on the low part and not really like on cartilage, it took forever to heal. The end is like really pointy. I actually used this earring to pierce, to re-pierce a couple ear holes because when they closed. But this was the earring I got pierced in beauty school. Look how teeny it is compared to all these ones. But yeah, that sucker took forever to heal. And then the last piercing on this little video I want to talk about, I would go further up the ear, but I feel like I stopped getting my 3 done, and then I started working up this ear, and then I worked up this ear. So we're gonna skip to my tongue piercing, or should I do my nose ring first? I don't know. So many. Now I got my nipples pierced, so you can talk about that later. That's gonna be the last video of my nipple pierced, because I want to tell y'all, because Anissa went with me, and I want her to tell y'all how I was acting. It was so funny. But let's talk about my nose rings. Okay, so I had just one nose ring when I originally got my nose pierced, and I got my first nose piercing done 3 different times. I was 17, working at McDonald's, or was I 18? I was thinking I was 18, because yes, I was 18 when I got my first nose piercing. It was the day after I graduated high school. No, I was 17. It was the day after I graduated high school, because I was 17 when I graduated high school. Okay, it was 17 or 18. Because I was 17 last day of high school, but I was 18 when I graduated, because my birthday's in May and the graduation wasn't until June. I am not a super senior. Don't come for me. I have my diploma. Okay? Okay. But yes, the day after graduation, we had, you know, you go to the graduation or whatever, and your family, they come. I didn't have a graduation party because I didn't plan on it. And so I just had like a dinner with the family. And I remember my uncle had given me some money, both of my uncles had given me some money, and my dad had given me some money, and it was just kind of like me and the people I was close with at the time. I was like, let's just go get a piercing. Now, is this my piercing store or my first tattoo store? Because I got them both after high school. But anyways, I was of age to go get it by myself. I went and got it by myself, and my dad flipped again. He was like, you just turned 18 and you can go all out. He said the same thing when I got my first tattoo too. That's on my foot. So I got it. When I started working at McDonald's, you can't wear facial jewelry, so I had to put the plastic pieces in, and it messed me up because plastic and my nose was still healing. It irritated it. Where's storytelling? I remember getting it done, and I had to go to McDonald's and put this little thing in. It hurt. Every day after work, I had to take it out and put like a regular piercing in because I didn't want it to close around the plastic. And the plastic has like this little ball at the end of it, so when you poke it through every time, it like opens it up a little bit, and when you rip it out, it opens it. It just was hurting, and I was like, F this. This hurts too much. And I ended up taking it out, and it just ended up closing. And then I missed it, so I let it close. And then I went back not too long after that and got it re-pierced again. Bro, my nose ring was probably out for like a week or not even a whole 2 weeks. And when I got it re-pierced, that pain felt like I was getting it done all over again. Out of all of my piercings, the nose rings I've gotten have hurt the most. Other than a couple of these ones up here in my nipples, but the pain was different. The nose pain, the pressure, it made my eyes water, my nose run. It was just like, oh, what the heck? And I am gonna get this side done one day, but it was just too much. I was like in so much pain. But I ended up getting it done 3 times because of the second time I got it done, it closed. And then I had to go back and have her reopen it. So that was like the 3rd time. Now when I got my second hole, aw, this story is so sentimental to me. But we're not about to make this emotional video because my second piercing, at the time I got it, she was my best friend. And you know what? I went with my best friend at the time. She had no nose rings, and then she was like getting a double one, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. Like, that is really cute. And I had never seen it before, but she was looking it up. I was like, that is so cute. And she was like, well, why don't you get it? We can have matching ones. And I was like, no, like, I want that to be like your little thing or whatever. And she's like, no, we can do it together because we're best friends and we can just do this together. Like, we're twins out here. And so I was like, okay, why not? I didn't have to get both of them done. I just had to get the second one done because I already had the first one done. So I was like, okay, let me, so my homegirl that was doing my piercing at the time, she, marked me, checked it out, I did it, and that's what that was. So we both had our 2 nose studs together, and people saw us together and like, oh, you guys both have your nose done. Like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. And now I see people with it, like a lot of people with it. So I'm about to get this side done. I wanted to get this side done in a septum, but I feel like my face, I don't need all that. But the only reason why I wanted a septum is because you can push it up. But I think my dad calls those door knockers. Like when you go to someone's house and you knock on the little thing that comes down, the door knocker. That's what he calls them. And also he's country, it's all get out. So he looks at that and like, you look like a pig. Pigs got the little things in their nose. And he's all telling me the story. When I was back, he was born and raised in Jackson, Mississippi, okay? And he's like, when I was back on the farm, I used to have to wrestle them pigs to the ground and stick that ring in their nose so they wouldn't rip up the ground. Rip up the ground? That's what he used to say. I don't know, but they used to dig holes in the ground with their nose and put the ring there. It stops them from doing that. So when I see people with septums, that's the first thing that comes in my mind. My dad talking about pigs back on the farm in Mississippi. So I might just get this side done or double on this side, but I feel like that's too much. But if I got this side done, I would only wear a stud. I would not use 2 hoops on this side. I don't want anything else on my face. Nothing on my lips, nothing on my eyes, nothing. So I feel like my nose is the only thing I do. And that's why I would get this, but I feel like that's like, I don't know, just too much. What if my mouth is really like, is y'all still watching me? Okay, let me stop because someone probably out there is looking like that. Or I'm sorry for you. But, so yeah, my second hole, that was, I don't remember how old I was. It was only a couple years ago. So, I mean, I was like 23, 22, 22, 23, I don't know. But, yeah. And then this part, this is how I know I was a good friend because we had the little matching things and we were friends. We had a falling out. We're not, me and this girl are not friends anymore. I haven't talked to her since she said she wanted to fight me and she moved out. But at the time when we were cool, we had a falling out over a girl. It was so dumb. It was so stupid. Whatever, my bad. That was my fault. I'll take blame on that and, a little bit sensitivity on her part. Anyway, But my nose ring, the second hole had came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't let it close. It ended up closing. So I went back to the piercer who did it, and I was like, I need to get it back in. Like, even though me and homegirl aren't talking right now, this is like our thing with each other, so I need to get it back in, because when we do start talking again, I don't want to not have my nose ring in. Like, it, you know, it was like girly shit. So she went and did it, and I, you know, got it back open, and it has not closed. Now I think I can take my nose. I have not taken my nose rings out and just let them be out, but I've taken them out and it's been out for like a day or so, and I put them back in. They don't close. The hole does get a little smaller, and that crud gets in there, whatever. But they have not closed since I've gotten them done the last times. My nose rings have not closed, so that's a good thing. But yeah. So I'm about to just cut this video where it's at right now, because it's really long, I feel already, because I just ramble. So we went through my first 3 piercings. So, I mean, which is 6, but double on both sides. My first 3 double piercings. And this one is out. I no longer have this 3rd piercing. So I guess I technically have 22 piercings. How about we count? The girls, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Shit, I lost count. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I had 24. So I'm 23 because I took one out. So that's 23 without this one. And if I put this one in, it's 24. But that one's not there, so it's 23. So I was right. But my next videos, I'll go into detail about healing process and the cleaning care or whatever. When you go higher up from your earlobe to your cartilage, that's when it gets tricky. If you can't handle an earlobe piercing, you don't need to go higher up or go nowhere else. I'm just saying, because if you get infected and keloids and all that shit on some earlobes, can you even get a keloid on? Yeah, you can. But if you get keloids in your earlobe, I wouldn't suggest going up to your cartilage, because it gets worse. The healing process takes longer. Like this one, that video I just got, like my ear, like I can do all this. I can push them in and out. Like, it doesn't hurt. There's no keloid on this one or the one behind it anymore. Excuse me. It still does get tender, but like I can go like this. Like when I first got it, I used to be like this. I was like, feel the bar. Oh my gosh, it's so swollen. But it feels better now. But my piercers, they're really good. This video has gone on way too long. All right. Comment below if what you want to know about my other piercings. I will be posting another video in a couple days if I get on my shit. I work 2 jobs now. My other rambling. Okay, anyway, but yes, I hope you like this little long ass 20-minute video about a couple piercings that I have. We went through those 3 and my nose. And if you want to know anything else, I will post more. But if you want to know something before I post my other videos, or you want something in the other videos, comment, because clearly I'm listening to my viewers. And I will shout out the person who asked me to make this video in the description below, because I do not remember the name to save my life. But thank you, because you gave me a great idea for these videos. Alright, I'm done. Have a good day. I have to work later. I'm probably about to edit this right now. Take a nap before I go to work. All right, I'm still talking. Bye. Follow me on Instagram. Love more. Follow me on Twitter. Bitch, you guessing? It's old. Follow me on, that's it, Snapchat. Facebook is, no, don't do that. Don't look me up, because it says I live in England. But yes, y'all, this video, this section right here is freaking 8 minutes 40. I'm just still talking. All right, bye.